Today we'll see basically the fast transpose of sparse matrix. As we know that in the simple transpose we have seen basically the time complexities O of n. Okay, but can we minimize this time complexity? So that is possible by doing a fast transpose for sparse matrix. So for this purpose, I will take an example here. So I'll take a matrix A. I'll take a matrix A as a sparse matrix. So matrix A basically contains the three number of rows, four columns. We'll see first of all example, and then we'll see how to solve it. And there are five number of non-zero elements. So here we are taking matrix A as sparse matrix, three number of rows, four number of columns, and five number of non-zero elements. Okay, so these values are 0, 2, 5, 1, 0, 5, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, and 2, 3, 2. Okay, so this is matrix A, and from matrix A I want to find out its transpose. Okay, simple transpose. So let's say for matrix A simple transpose we are declaring here as matrix B, sorry, fast transpose. So B is just basically transpose of sparse matrix A. We'll go slowly step by step because this is very important concept and little difficult to understand. So this is matrix B. Okay, now here basically number of rows and number of columns will get interchanged. So in matrix B there will be a four number of rows, three number of columns, and five number of non-zero elements. That is very clear. Okay, now here I'll give the index for those matrix. So let's say here this is zeroth index for matrix A, first index, second index, third index, fourth index, and fifth index. Similarly for matrix B also, zeroth index, first index, second index, third, fourth, and fifth. Index means here we are giving row number, and this is column number 0, 1, 2, 0, 1. Okay, now here basically the process is that first of all we will find out here the number of elements in each column of matrix A. Let's say here the first step you are finding out number of elements in each column of A. In each column of matrix A. Okay, so for this purpose we will take a 1D array here. So declare this array as a column. All of you concentrate here. So this is column array. How many number of column are here in matrix A? There are four number of columns are there. So I'll take four cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is for zeroth column, zeroth index for zeroth column, first index for first column, second index for second column, third index for third column. Now what we'll do, we will find out the number of elements in the respective column. Like let's say here in column 0, where are the column 0? Here is a column 0. So in column 0 There is basically only one element is present. Column number 1, only one column number is here, so column number 1, one element is present. In column number 2, 1, 2, so only two elements are present from column number 2. Column number 3, one element, only one time column number 3 is appearing, so only one element is present. So 0th column is one time, element from first column is one time, element from second column is two times, and element from third column is one time appearing here. Okay, now after that, what we are going to do here, the next thing we are going to find out basically the row index for respective column, because the column elements will become a row elements in matrix B. Okay, so this element gonna be a row element in matrix B. Right, now what we'll do here, we will find out it's the respective row index. Okay, because here column 0 will become row 0 in matrix B, so we'll find out their start index. Okay, so for each matrix we are finding here now the start index. So how we'll find out the start index? Again, there will be an index column we are making separately here, index row, or you can say row index in matrix B. Row index for what? Matrix B, which is our transpose matrix. Okay, so for row index also here we are making a one dimensional array. 0th index for 0th row index, first for first row index, second for second row index, and third for third row index, because here column in this matrix will become a row in matrix B. Now here we will find out the row index. So for a 0th column, for a 0th column, by default the 0th row will start at index 1. Okay, this is our definition. By default the 0th will start at index 1. Now what is the start index of column number 1? The start index of column number 1 will be equal to start index of row number 0 plus total number of elements in row number 0, like say here, what is the start index of row number 0 is 1, total number of elements in row number 0 is 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2. That means at second index column number 1 will start. Next, what is the start index for row number 2? That will be the start index of row number 1 plus total number of elements in row number 1. So start index of row number 1 is 2. Total number of elements in row number 1, which is column in A, is 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So total number start index of row 2 is 3. What is the start index of row number 3? Again, that will be the start index of row number 2 plus number of elements in row 2. So number of elements are 2. Start index is 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay. So we have prepared total number of columns elements, then finding out their index. Now we are updating their values over here. Okay. So how will we doing that? We will see now. And now look at here. Basically, what we'll be doing here now, we will process this row by row, A matrix row by row. So first of all, we read its column number 2, because this is going to be a row in matrix B. So here 2 value is there. We will find out the a start index for 2. So start index for 2 is 3. So at the third index, that is this index, we are putting this value. So we will put here 2 is here now column. This will become row here. 0 is row number, will column number here, and the value is 5. So we'll put here 5. Next we'll increment k. So k will point out to 1. Now look at here. We have considered now third index for row number 2. We'll increase this index to now update this index to 4 because we have filled that cell. Okay. Then next time we will take a next element k from matrix A. Here column number is 0. This will become now row number. So what is the index for 0th row? Here index for 0th row is 1. So at first index means this index, here we will put now 0 is now row, 1 is column, 5 is the value. Next k will point out to the next element here, 1 2 3. Here the row number, column number is 2, which will become row. But now here, since we occupied the 0th first index, the next value start will be 1. Now here 2, the row number is 2. What is the start index for 2 here? That is 4. So at the fourth index here, we'll put the value as 2 1 3. Okay, so we occupied fourth cell also. The next start index for 2 will start at 5. Next we will increment k, that will point out to the next row. So that will be here the column number is 1, which will become row number. So for 1 the start index given is 2. So at the second index, that means at this index, we will write the value as 1 2 and 1. Okay, the next index of 1 will start at now. We'll increment the next k. K is pointing out to third column, which is third row. The start index of third row is 5. So at 5 we will put 3 as a row, which was a column, and 2 as column, and value as 2. Next time k will go beyond the total number of 0 and our algorithm terminates over here. So if we look at carefully here, ideally speaking, there is no nested for loop. Okay, we are traversing this matrix A only one time individually. Okay, so that is basically a fast transpose for sparse matrix. Again, I'll repeat all the steps for all of you so that you can understand it very clearly. See what we have done basically. First of all, we have given matrix. Then we traverse this matrix and find out the number of elements from particular column. So there are 4 columns are here. So we have make the array of 4 elements, 0th index, first index, second index, and third index for individual column. Then we find out how many number of elements are there from 0th column, how many number of elements are there from first column, how many number of elements are there from second column, and how many number of elements are there from third column. Okay, so that we have find out here. After that, what we did, so I got from 0th column first 1 element, first column 1 element, second column 2, and third column 1 element from this matrix after reading this particular row. After this, next time what we did, we find out then the start index of respective column, which will become a row in the matrix B. So for this purpose, what we did here, by default our 0th row, which is column here, will start at index 1. So we given here index 1. Now first element of the column number, row number 1, will start at the index of 0 plus total number of element in 0th index. 1 plus 1, 2. So 1 will start at index 2. Next element is 2 here. The index row number is 2. So the first element of row number 2 will start at start index of 1. So that is 2 plus total number of elements in 1. So here we have defined a formula, basically start index of ith cell is equal to start index of I minus 1, its previous element, plus total number of element in I minus 1. So that means, let's say I want to find out start index of 3 is equal to start index of 2. Start index of 2 is 3, plus total number of elements in 2 is 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5. The start index of element 3 will be 5. Okay. So we have generated these two columns, that is this two column array contains the number of elements in respective column and the start index. So you can give here row start index. So start index column, which will give me in the respective row what will be the index of its first element to be inserted in B. After this, what we did here, we have find out basically traversing a matrix A from its first index, we visited first of all its column value. So here column value is 2. Then we are look at in the start index row, what is the start index of 2 is 3. So then we visited the matrix B called third row and inserted here that particular row column value and this particular value. Since we occupied the first cell of the 2, so we'll increment here the next cell for the next upcoming value by 1, that is 4. Then we visited the next cell in matrix A, so column number is 0. We look at here the 0th start index, that is 1. Okay, and then what we did at the first cell, we inserted that particular value. Okay, then we incremented the value for 0th index of next cell. Then we visited the next column number in matrix A, the value is 2. We find out the start index for 2, the start index for 2 is now 4. So at the fourth cell, we have inserted those values by interchanging row and column along with 3. Then we incremented the next index for second column. After this, what we did, we visited the next cell in matrix A with column number as 1. We went here, we find out start index of 1 is 2. So at the 2 we put the basically values by interchanging the row and columns. And next for 3 also we did the same thing. It is start index is 5. So at the fifth index we have inserted the values. And meanwhile this our k will go beyond the total number of non-zero elements 5. Our algorithm terminates over here. Okay. So I'll give one example to solve again by using this fast transpose of sparse matrix method, and then we'll go for its C implementation. So I'll give here example for you all to solve. Let's say here I have given matrix A, which is of size having 4 number of rows, 5 number of columns, and number of non-zero elements are 7. See, unless and until you are not solving it on yourself, you will not understand the algorithm. Okay. So the first element will be start from 0 to 9, 0, 4, 6, 1, 2, 4, 2, 0, 8, 2, 4, 10, 3, 1, 7, 3, 3, 11. Okay. So you have to find out this fast transfers. Before that, what you will be doing? First of all, you will make a column matrix. So column array will store basically the total number of number of elements in respective column. So your number of columns are 5. So our column matrix will go from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. It will take these 4 values. Then you can define the start index for each column. So start index for respective column 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, like that way is supposed to solve this particular example. Okay, I'll give some next for 5 minutes and then we'll go for its C implementation. Everybody has to solve this example.